Hey guys, it's Mr. Horvath with another episode of Horvath Science. Today we are learning about muscles. We have lots of fun stuff to learn, so stay tuned. Welcome back. First, you remember our lesson on skin and the skeletal system? Skin helps protect our insides from bad stuff on the outside. But without a skeletal system, we would just be a big blob of goo. To give us our shape and to further protect our organs that are on the inside, we need a skeletal system. Once we have that skeletal system, now we have shape. But we can't move anywhere, we could just lay there. We just lay there. So what gives us the ability to move around? Yeah, muscles. You see, muscles are attached at our bones. And when our brain sends a signal to the muscles to move, it contracts. The muscles contract or pull together, which makes our bones move at the joint. If you remember learning about force and motion, you now know that muscles are a pulling force. Did you know that there are over 650 muscles in the human body? Some actually say there are closer to 840. There are 43 muscles in your face alone, and that explains how you can show so many different kinds of expressions, like being happy, sad, excited, serious, which I'm really good at, curious, angry, surprised, bored, and annoyed. Yes. What are you doing? I'm trying to teach my students about muscles and you're making all kinds of noise. Oh, you again. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, guys.
Why are you here?
I am so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want to be able to help.
Well, you're not helping me.
I came here to help.
Now please leave.
What are you doing? Man, I'm just here
Well,
to help.
how do you
That's
think
all. I
that
just
you're
want
gonna
to
be
be
able to
help. But you forgot to tell them what standard you're teaching. If you want to,
I can do
man.
this, but I would really like for you to leave
we need
now.
to tell them what standard we're going to be learning first.
Okay.
So what we're going to be learning today, the standard, is going to be, we're going to be able to distinguish the different body parts and their functions. Body parts like skin that you've already learned about, brain, the heart, lungs, stomach, the skeletal system that you've already learned about, and the muscular system that you're learning from this guy right here. We're also going to be learning the basic functions of human organs and the general locations of where they're at.
You can leave now. Really, I've got this. I'm good.
Did you tell them how many muscles are in their faces?
Yes, I did. Now, can you please let me finish teaching my students how muscles make us move?
No. Tell them about the different types of muscles. There are some muscles in your body that you can control. Those muscles are called voluntary muscles. You can choose to raise or lower your arm. Those muscles are connected to your skeleton or your bones, and they're considered skeletal muscles. The muscles that you cannot control are called involuntary muscles. Those muscles are like your heart. You can't stop that from beating no matter how much you try. This muscle is considered a cardiac muscle. How cool is that? Your muscle never stops. It beats 70 to 100 beats per minute. Oh. That's 37 million beats per year. Man, all day, all night, it never gets tired and it never stops. Boom. Yes, but some muscles do both. You see, you can voluntarily stop breathing by holding your breath, but only for a short period of time before your brain takes over and makes you breathe again. Your brain keeps you alive. Excellent point. Good job, Mr. Horvath. Did you know that your stomach is also a muscle? Yeah, the food that you swallow ends up in your stomach, which is like a bag that's surrounded by muscles. These muscles begin to squeeze the food to further digest it. It just squeezes it and squeezes it. And when your stomach growls and you think that you're hungry, it's not really because you're hungry, it's because your stomach muscles are starting to work, but you don't have enough food in there, and there's air bubbles being squished back and forth between the muscles, and it makes that funny noise. Cool stuff, isn't it?
Thank you. But why are you still here? I've really got this. You can go now.
Before I go, one other thing. Did you know that when you get really, really cold, your muscles begin to vibrate and they generate heat to help warm you up? That is such a cool thing because it's your body trying to keep you warm, and your muscles, well, that's why you shiver.
That's really good stuff. But really, I can do this.
Okay.
Man.
But don't forget to mention, every scientist needs a notebook to be able to keep their notes in. You forgot yours.
Why
Cute
is
pen,
everybody
Mr.
always
Horvath.
messing with my notebook?
Everybody's always messing with this. So, I was trying to teach you how muscles make us move. Remember that a muscle receives a signal from your brain to move, and when they do, they contract or they pull closer. One end of the muscle is attached to one bone, and the other end of it is attached to the other bone, and when it contracts and pulls closer, it pulls the bones closer at the joint. Here is Chloe and the nerd to explain this a little further.
Skeletal muscles are attached to one end of a bone and stretch across a joint, the place where two bones meet, and attached to the bone on the other side. The muscles then move your body parts by contracting and relaxing.
You're probably asking, how does this bone move back then? Well, that would be an excellent question. As the muscle pulls up, there's another muscle on the other side that helps to pull it back down. The muscles work in pairs. You've got one that pulls the muscle up, the bones up, and then you've got one that pulls it back down where it started.
That was called posterior, or the back muscle.
Yes, the front muscle is called the anterior. An example of an anterior muscle would be your bicep. And it brings food up so you can take a bite of it. The posterior muscle is your tricep, and that contracts to pull the arm back so that you can put food back in your plate. So to sum up what we have learned today, we have learned that it takes muscles to make us move. We have also learned that it takes two muscles working together as a pair, our front muscles, called our anterior muscles, and the muscles in the back, called the posterior muscles. We have also learned that we have voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. Ones that we can control, like our skeletal muscles, and the others that we cannot control, like our heart.
Both of you guys should be eating healthier and exercising more so your muscles can grow and function properly. Just saying.
And we are done here. Remember, always be observant, ask questions, and don't be afraid to try. See ya. Voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. Oh.
Cut. Congratulations, you finished scene 3.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
That was horrible. Whew. All right, so what's the next scene?
Scene.
Oh, wait a minute. No, we just shot a wide shot. I didn't change the camera. Scrub that. Nope. That's not gonna work. Scene 4. You can choose to raise or lower your arm, and these muscles are Whose is that?
Yours, I think.
Man, all day, all night, it never gets tired, and it never stops. Boom.